and welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over a little bit of a vision board update. It's March, almost the middle of March, and I thought it's been 2.5 months. There's definitely been some progress on some of the things on my vision board, and I thought it would just be really cool to show you that when you have a vision board up, what things can come into your life even when you really don't expect it to. That's the whole point of the vision board. It's not to know how these things are going to come to fruition, but it's just about believing that they will and being open to the possibility. So I'm going to touch on many of these things. A lot of things not much has really happened with, but that's okay. We're only 2 months in, which means that we've got like 10 more months to go and anything can happen in that time. But just to show you, I am still using my vision board, still looking at it daily and being reminded of the things that I want to accomplish in 2020. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this bad boy right here. Ta-da! As you can see, the one thing that I think I added from my last video is that I actually had the numbers 2020 put on here, just so that way I can kind of give it a definition, like a time frame. So I'm really happy with that, and I'll kind of just go up closer as I talk about each thing. I feel like normally I start up in this corner over here. So this is kind of like lifestyle and what you want to accomplish. Not much has happened. I mean, I'm definitely interested in buying my own place with my boyfriend in the next couple of years. That's been something I wanted, and it's definitely something I've been thinking about a lot more, but not much has come to life with it. The one thing that I will say is that Carlos did buy, this is an Audi steering wheel. He did buy an Audi last year for his birthday, and the steering wheel looks just like this, and it was actually just this past weekend that I said to him I wanted to drive it. He always offers, but I just never took it upon myself to actually go drive his car. So it just really put me in the mindset and in the literal space to feel what it would be like to drive an Audi with a nice rocket ship steering wheel, as I call it, because it's got like the flat little bottom there. And yeah, so that's just one way that was able to kind of be in my life that I made happen. Obviously, I'm not like a step closer to owning an Audi, but it's just kind of cool to be able to have one in my life that I can visualize and imagine having. We'll kind of go over to this area over here. I think this is like your legacy, things like that. I'm going to touch on the different model celebrities that I have here. Some are pageant, runway, model, actress related. And I will say that in one of my last videos, which was the Miss USA 2020 favorites video, I had two of the state contestants message me on Instagram saying that someone had sent them my video and that they were so happy that I mentioned them. One of them was Megan Swanson, Miss Nebraska USA, and one of them was Andrea Gabau, Miss New York USA. So just kind of a starstruck moment to have those girls message me in my Instagram DMs, just thanking me for the support that I showed them, which that to me is kind of like, that's what I see as myself. I see being connected with women like that from not only the pageant world, but definitely like the model world, acting, and just like the fashion industry in general. So that was really cool, and hopefully the more that I keep putting myself out there and, you know, trying to connect with these women, the more that they will come into my life, which is fantastic. Creating the life or creating the future you want. I will say in January, I definitely didn't do as much of that. Like I'm always working towards something, but I'm always going at like a super duper snail pace. And I just felt like January, I was going really slow. I hosted like an online webinar workshop, and then I didn't really have any momentum after that. And after some guidance from a friend of mine, I thought that I would actually try and create my own confidence coaching workshop or session, something program like that. So I did start putting that in motion, again, to create the future of being a full-time confidence and self-esteem coach. That's something that I'm starting this Sunday with 4 young women, which is awesome. Don't have any plans to travel anywhere exotic right now, but I always still love looking at those. And now that it's getting nicer outside, of course, I'm going to be enjoying time in the outdoors. My fitness has been a very big part of my journey, and one new thing that's developed is that I have been hired as a personal trainer at Good Life. I'm very excited to start that kind of journey. I can definitely see myself encouraging people to live their healthiest and best life through fitness, and while I don't know exactly where that'll end up, I know that I'm really happy I can start at a very big like box chain big box, is that what it's called, gym chain that can teach me the ropes and skills of business in the fitness industry. So very excited about that. It says 6 a.m. here for workouts, and I have my workout buddy, Monica Muscadiri, love you girl. She has been encouraging me just by being, you know, my accountability buddy to wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. and go to the gym with her. That's been awesome. I'll say one of my most favorite things is these pups over here. I love pugs and I love Frenchies. I've talked about them before, and I actually was at a gala 2 weekends ago where I met a couple of lovely young women who go to the university in my town, and they had mentioned that they were hosting a couple fundraisers so that they could go to Africa on a mission trip, and one of the fundraisers that they're hosting is next weekend, and it is a yoga with Frenchies. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. First of all, I want to go to all of them. So had I not gotten to that gala, had I not started conversing with these ladies, discovering more about like what fundraisers they're doing to go on their trip, I would never have learned about yoga with Frenchies. So now I'll be going to their fundraiser next week, and I'll be getting to hang out with little Frenchies like that. I'm so excited. Stay tuned for photos. Those will all be posted on Instagram and TikTok. I'm so excited. What else here? We got boss, which is definitely, I feel like I love being the boss of my own schedule. I'm, again, always working towards that by getting new pageant coaching clients. I've had about 9 or 10 this year already, again, in 2 months. Phenomenal. Can't wait to work with more young women. What else do we have? We'll go over to like the mental wellness, clarity. We have words like tranquility, experience. I've definitely been focusing a lot on meditating and making sure that that is a daily practice of mine. I haven't been doing as much yoga, like maybe once a week. But my whole thing is that as long as I can do even like a 3-minute meditation to keep up the practice, that has been my goal. I do feel like I'm a lot more clear, I'm a lot more calm and collected, and I don't feel like I've had really any like dips or pits in my mental wellness or anything like that. It's been really good, and it's been maintained. I do want to do a little bit more consistent consistent meditation program, which I just haven't dove into. I just kind of will do random ones on YouTube, and I definitely think that having a program helps create this feeling, because you kind of have a guideline of what to do rather than just, oh, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that. But the whole point is that I'm still meditating almost daily, and it's definitely helped feeling calm, especially right now when the internet is just a little bit chaotic and crazy. I like to meditate, get off my phone, get off of all the news that's going on, and take some time for me to just breathe and reflect. I've definitely been eating healthy, tracking my foods on my app LifeSum. That has been very, very helpful. Be the boss, and we have speaking and workshops here. So I mentioned I hosted an online webinar for creating your ideal life where I had 4 lovely participants. That was wonderful. I spoke at my friend Melissa McCormick's event to raise money so that way she can continue to counsel sexual assault victims. Those are different things that I've been doing to put myself out there. Like I said, I had 10 pageant coaching clients, and then I still have 6 that are moving forward with me. A couple just competed, and they did fantastically. And like I also said, I'm working with a few girls to do kind of a trial of a confidence coaching program I have. And hopefully with that, once I start developing more of the structure and the tools, I'll be able to do some more in-person workshops and more online webinars based on the content I get from that. So definitely putting things in motion, that's for sure. We'll move over to this section where we have stuff about running, marathons, gold for my country, things like that. My sister's fiance and I, we're both committing to running a marathon at the end of this year in October. I know he's already started running. I personally haven't, just because it's kind of cold outside, but I'm definitely working on my leg strength and just making sure my nutrition is good and that I'm training safely and that I'm building up the strength and the flexibility in my legs, so that way when I do start training outdoors, I'll be good with that. My legs will be able to run a full marathon for 4 hours, my poor little legs. Other than that, I want to see, is there anything else that I can kind of like look at? All the quotes are definitely things that I love to just look on if I'm ever not feeling it. Like all or nothing. I've definitely been a little bit procrastinating. That's the whole thing, that when you're doing things on your own, I'm just gonna come center here. When you're doing things on your own and you're trying to create things for yourself, it's you that's motivating yourself. You don't have anyone on you saying like, hey, why didn't you do this? When are you gonna do this? So that's something that I really do have to work on. And recently my friends, Kirsten and Nat, shout out to Kirsten and Nat, we decided that we're gonna start getting together monthly to kind of do these Boss Babe Power Hour lunches, just to discuss what's going on in our life, what we're working on, and I think that that'll really help me. They're both phenomenal women, inspirational, that will just, again, kind of hold me to the words that I say I'm gonna do and the plans, and even if I just need guidance or advice, they're there for me. And that's really how this year has been going. I'm really happy with it. I know some people said that January felt like it was 90 days long. Totally agree with that. February felt like, 29 days. And March feels like it's been a hot second, like just 1 second pretty much. Another thing is that this month I also turned 25, and I don't feel like I'm having any sort of crises or anything like that. I just know that being 25, I'm so focused on creating the life I want and creating the career I want. That's why I decided to start pursuing personal fitness training, just to, again, get a step closer to the goal of being a full-time coach, helping people achieve their ideal life and live their dreams. And these are just some of the different ways that I'm going about doing that, some of the ways that I'm going to live my ideal life as well every day, working on my clients, helping them with their pageant preparation, and keeping myself in a good headspace, having my own goals and different things like that. I hope that today's video has showed you how things can start to come to fruition just when you have them laid out, because who knows if these things would be occurring if I didn't have these pictures on my vision board. Like, maybe I would have never thought to chat with these girls at this gala that I was at, and then maybe I wouldn't have decided to go or find out about their Yoga with Frenchies fundraiser. If I didn't have the picture of the Audi steering wheel, maybe I wouldn't have asked my boyfriend to drive his car, just as a way to keep that in my grasp and in my visualizations, not just on paper, actually seeing it in person. And yeah, you just never really know what can happen. So there's no fear. It's just like limitless possibilities. It's kind of like just whatever you want to do, you got to put it on there. If you want to do something and you don't put it on your vision board, it's like, how much do you really want to do it? So you can accomplish anything, but you got to start making steps towards trying to achieve it. So the 3 steps to just begin are: visualize it, ask for what you want, believe you can achieve it, and then take action to get towards your goals or your visualizations. Again, this is only a 2-month update. I think I'm gonna also do a 6-month update in June time when that time comes, because I'm sure a lot more things will be underway. I'll have a lot more examples of what's going on, but for right now, this is just a quick vision board life update that I hope you enjoyed. If you want to connect with me on social media, I'm going to link those all down below. And if you like this video, go ahead, like it below, subscribe to this channel so you can see the videos I make every week to help you achieve your ideal life. That is all for today. I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!